Hello, thank you very much for agreeing to this interview. I'll start off by explaining my project and the reasons for this interview. My
Yeah.
project is about improving the connection with nature so that people can have a closer bond with it. And I believe that this would benefit anyone and would potentially open them up to new ideas and enrich their lives through the natural world.
Okay.
Um, so to start it off, could you tell me a bit about yourself and what you do?
I'm freelance and I do two things. So a lot of the time I work in IT in an office or from home at the minute. Uh, Been doing that for 20 odd years. Worked in various parts of IT. It's not very exciting. The other thing I've been doing for the last 4 years is working as a mountain leader and an outdoor instructor. Which is sort of what I enjoy more than the IT kind of thing. So that's what I do now.
Yeah, nice. How did you become interested in this area?
The IT I fell into, I didn't really have a plan about 25 years ago, and I just fell into it. The mountain leader was as a result of working in IT, stuck in an office in London, and not wanting to do it anymore. So I decided to sort of look at other ways of doing what I enjoy doing, and I enjoy being outside in nature. So I looked at doing the mountain leader qualification, and after a few years, qualified, and yeah,
Yeah.
I'll go into that.
So I'll start off by asking, why do you go out into nature? You kind of covered that already. And in what ways do you benefit from nature?
Um, I get out because I want to get away from, I guess, the pressure and the working and living in a city like Bristol. Um, it's good to get out into the environment, into the sort of nature, into maybe mountains or trees or forests or whatever, and um, kind of get a bit grounded and escape it all, really.
Yeah, okay.
All
Uh,
right, cool.
would you say that this is a good reason why people should go out more?
Yeah. I think a lot of people get hung up on careers and jobs and having things and possessions, and kind of lose sight of the simple things in life. And it's one of the most simple things you can do is go for a walk in the woods. And it just takes you away and completely relaxes you. And yeah, everyone should do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you personally draw the line between what is nature and what isn't nature? For example, are urban parks nature?
An urban park can be part of nature. Obviously, in Bristol, we've got a lot of big green parks, and you can go there and you can see foxes and all types of birds. And it's hard to know where you would draw the line with nature, with it urban and not. Wherever there's green spaces, there's nature, and even in the city, surrounded by concrete and cement buildings, you're still going to see things. There's going to be little things growing out the cracks in the wall. There's going to be trees growing up on the pavement. There's going to be foxes and all sorts of little bits of wildlife you don't see during the day.
Yeah. Are there things that you consider that bring you closer to nature? Can you think of any objects? Is there anything that you carry around with you to create such a bond?
Um, Not really. I don't really carry anything around. I suppose if I go for a walk or if I go into the mountains, I'll have a rucksack with gear in that I need for the day.
Yeah.
But I don't specifically. I like to get away and escape. So carrying anything around, like bringing anything from sort of modern life into that sort of environment is something that I'm always keen to avoid. Obviously, I take my phone because you need it, emergencies, and it's got a camera on it. But I don't really. There's nothing really I would consider bringing to get me closer to nature.
So just like the essentials, like a first
Just
aid.
the essentials, yeah, rucksack with some food in and maybe some waterproofs and what have you, the usual. That's it. That's all I need.
Okay, the products that I've made are to address the following issues that I found when doing my research. So the first one is nature deficit disorder, then stress of an unpleasant environment, and spending too much time in the electronic world. So I'll explain my products to you to get a better understanding. So one of the objects is a keyring that you can attach to your keys. And then you can open, and there's 7 of them, 7 tubes, but you would take 1 for the area that you're in, because 7
I was going to say that you need a big keyring.
Yes, yeah. So it's so from the 7 different continents. So then you can open it up, and there's a map inside. So and then on that map, for example, you could stick a piece of nature on to show where you've been, but also making that bond. But it could just be like something really small, because the map is quite small as well. But it's also to show that a small thing can kind of like relate you back. And also you don't really want to ruin nature around you either. So you don't want to take something big. And then those tubes, there would be a stand. So this is just a rough model. And you'd be able to like slot them in the right continent area. And I've made it so that let's say in North America, there's the Grand Canyon representing it. Then there's the Amazon rainforest, Sahara, Mount Everest, Grand Barrier Reef, Antarctica. So every continent's got a representation of nature, and then obviously the tubes as well. So that's the first one that I've got. The second one is a phone case. I started off with it being a moss phone case, but then I developed it further so that it would be a phone case that you can open up, and that you then can put something else in that you find in nature. Obviously not too big either, just so that you can maybe go and research it, or when you turn your phone around, it's encourage people that you turn your phone around and that you can see that object to relate you back to nature. The phone
rather than actual monitoring.
And then also the phone case, I was kind of looking at what materials I could make it out of, because it's always plastic and everything. But the best material to protect the phone is plastic, unfortunately. So then I thought I'll make it out of recycled plastic.
Cool.
So it still is better for the environment to make out of recycled plastic, and it still protects your phone. So like everything would be made out of like a colored plastic, and then like the side bit would be clear, so you can see that layered, and then well, also the top bit would be cleared to see that.
Nice.
Then the final one is a plant frame which you can stick a plant through, and then you can attach some images of you or your friends and family in nature to create such a bond, and you also look after the plant at the same time. You would be able to buy it in different sizes, so you'll be able to have a bigger one to just hang up in wherever you want, or it could be like a smaller one that you could hang above your desk, for example. So those are the 3 products. And what do you think that I could do to improve these objects in ways that would allow people to form a closer bond with nature? Would these objects help you to get a stronger link with nature, and do you think this would be effective?
I don't know about the first one. What you could do with it. I mean, I quite like the phone case one. That one's a good one. That you can put stuff, and presumably you can take it off, as you've said, and put more stuff in, and it doesn't just have to be moss.
Yeah, you would be able to open it and close it.
Yeah, because just thinking about it, does the moss touch the back of the phone?
It doesn't touch the back of the phone, no.
Or is there a protective layer between the phone and the case itself?
Yeah, so there's like a small layer.
Yeah.
And that would be like the colored recycled plastic, and then here would be the clear.
I wonder if you could grow something like lichen on there. That'd be interesting. A little experiment as well, wouldn't it? To see if you could get some lichen grown. Obviously, it takes a while for it to grow, but that could be something interesting. But I quite like the idea of putting stuff in there. That's quite cool. The trees, the plant is quite a good one as well. I think I would probably say from all of them is to try and get the material ethically, sort of environmentally sourced. You've talked about recycling plastic, which is great.
Actually, for the first one, for this stand, what I was thinking was that I would make it all out of one piece, maybe in wood, or maybe out of mussel alginate, some mussel shells that is grinded up and that you can put together. So it would give like a grey-white
Right.
colour.
Okay, cool. Yeah, but that's probably what I would say is try and use material that you can source.
Yeah, that's nature friendly.
Yeah, very, very friendly. Or as you sort of said, recycled plastic, which is also a good thing. But yeah, that's all I could really say on it. I quite like that phone case, so that's a good idea. That is a good idea. I've got friends who have phone cases, but not like that. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Would you be able to share any knowledge on flora, geology, etc., that would help me with my project?
Oh, how really?
It's a big one. See lots of options.
Yeah, geology. Yeah, that's 2 or 3 hours conversation, that, isn't it, I guess. The flora and fauna. I don't know. I was just thinking about that fauna and the lichen. I'm wondering whether you could do something with that.
Yeah, I could have a look. Gonna have a look.
Or do something with moss. You know how moss grows, and you got the little stone crops, which are like little alpine plants that grow out of the side of mountains and stuff. And you've got other types of flora and plants and stuff, and that it all grows out of the rocks and it all finds a way to survive. Yeah, I'm just wondering if you could do something with that. Maybe, yeah, that'd be quite interesting. And maybe with regards to the first product, if you do use up ground up shells, you could maybe, I don't know, maybe try and find some sort of like a stone crop or some lichen or something like that, that you could sort of bring it back to nature a bit more. So it's not just a picture. You could maybe try and form some sort of flora to help design it all.
Yeah.
Make it look really appealing.
Okay. How do you encourage people to be closer or at one with nature? What are your secrets?
Don't have any secrets. I just say get out there. Just go out and just explore. Be bold and adventurous about it, and confident. And yeah, that's what I would say. Just be bold.
Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to add that you believe would help me improve my project?
Not really. I mean, you're on the right track. So try and use sustainable, environmentally friendly products. You could maybe look at the sort of alpine type plants that survive anywhere, to maybe help with it. Yeah, but yeah, cool. No,
thank you very much for this interview.
It's all right. Thank you very much for your time, Marie.